Hi guys, and welcome back here to Drone Emotion, a channel where we do drone videos and where we cover the most relevant drone news. Today my friends, we're back here once again with a brand new video, and this time we have a very exciting one for all of y'all today, and that is because in today's video we're going to be discussing if you should buy the DJI Air 2S or if you should wait for the DJI Mavic 3. So in today's video we're going to be giving you the specs of both drones, release it, pricing, everything going to be covered in today's video, and we're going to be answering your question in today's video. So you don't want to miss out on today's video, guys. It's going to be very exciting to say the least. But before we get started, if you're new to the channel, welcome here, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because in this channel we will always be the first ones to bring the latest drones no matter what. And also, we have reached our 5,000 subscriber goal, so I would want to say a huge thank you for all of you and everyone who has subscribed to the channel recently and joined the Drone Emotion family. But our next goal is 10,000 subscribers, so I know that we guys can do it together. So if you're watching today's video and you have not hit that subscribe button yet, I invite you to do so that you join the Drone Emotion family and help us get to that goal, which we're really not that far away from, guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video, which is going to be extremely exciting. Well, by now, guys, all of you, I'm pretty sure that you are aware that the DJI Air 2S is coming into the market, a brand new air drone from DJI, which is going to be substituting the Mavic Air 2, which was released in April of last year. I can't believe that we're seeing a new version of this drone, but well, it has happened. Well, and a lot of people with this new drone release have been asking me, should I wait and get the Mavic 3 instead, or should I just go ahead and get the Air 2S right now? Well, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to discuss the specs that both of these drones will have. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with some pictures of the DJI Air 2S right here on screen. There we have it. So that is the DJI Air 2S, which is basically the same design that we find with the original Mavic Air 2. The main difference will be those upward obstacle avoidance, and the main one will be that 1-inch sensor camera, which is a Sony IMX 383 sensor, which is capable of shooting up to 5.5K. Flight time with Air 2S, it will have OcuSync 3.0, which is a big upgrade over the OcuSync 2.0 on the DJI Mavic Air 2. We also do get the same shell of the drone, but it's a bit heavier. With this drone, the Mavic Air 2, we had a weight of 575 grams. With the new one, we get a weight of 595 grams, so almost 600 grams. Now, this drone will not be C-marked, guys. That's something very important. Now, also, the DJI Air 2S will be compatible with the B2 goggles and with the motion controller, so that's good news, guys. Now, that's pretty much all of the specs for the DJI Air 2S. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the Mavic 3. Well, the Mavic 3 will definitely be happening, and we're gonna be touching on the release of both drones in just a second. So unfortunately, we still don't have official images of the DJI Mavic 3, but we do have some sketches that people who have actually seen the pre-production model of the DJI Mavic 3 were able to draw. And thanks to the guys over at Drone Excel, we have this sketch of the DJI Mavic 3 pre-production model right here on screen, guys. And there we have it. Now, this is a pre-production model. This doesn't mean that this will be the final version that we will be seeing on the Mavic 3, but this will give us a pretty good idea of what to expect with the Mavic 3 once it's actually released. Now, the first thing that we see is that those extra scoops at the front of the drone for some extra cooling. Also on the side we see some gills right there. I really like those kind of like louvered gills. I really like that we see the side obstacle avoidance right here on the side, which is a really big factor, and we're going to be touching on that a bit later on. Now, the biggest difference between the DJI Air 2S and the Mavic 3 will most likely be the camera, and that is that with this sketch that I just showed you guys, it looks like we might be getting interchangeable lenses or possibly even cameras. Now, based on this drawing, this looks kind of like a shrunk down version of what we found on the Inspire 2 drone, the Zenmuse camera. So it looks like this will be some kind of shrunk down version of that. Hopefully we get interchangeable lenses. That's what we're hoping for, and that's what I think will be great. Now, we know that the Mavic 3 will be substituting the Phantom lineup. So this means that the Mavic 3 needs to be extremely capable and an extremely powerful drone. Now, what will be the main differences between the DJI Air 2S and the Mavic 3? Let's talk about them now. The first thing will be the side sensors. Now, with the Air 2S, we will not get side sensors. Now, with the Mavic 3, we will get them. No need to worry about that. That's because DJI leaves the side obstacle avoidance for their higher tier drones, which in this case is the Mavic 3. So that's the biggest difference between the two. Now let's talk about what else we have in differences. Now, we still, unfortunately, we do not have the official images for the Mavic 3, therefore we do not have the confirmed specs, but I'm assuming that the biggest difference between the Mavic Air 2S and the Mavic 3 will be the flight time. DJI Air 2S, you get a flight time of 31 minutes. Now, with the Mavic 3, I would expect at least I would expect to see around 40 minutes of flight time. That's the minimum I'm expecting to see from DJI, and that is because Autel, the Autel Evo 2, currently has been in the market for almost a year and a half, and they were able to come with a 40-minute flight time, which was mind-blowing. So I'm at least hoping to see a 40-minute flight time on the Mavic 3. So that's the second biggest difference that I'm expecting to see. Let's talk about the third biggest difference, and that will be the camera. With the DJI Air 2S, we're going to be getting a 1-inch sensor camera, which is a Sony IMX383 sensor. Now we're going to be able to shoot 20 megapixel still pictures, either in JPEG, RAW, or both JPEG and RAW format. Now, video, we get 5.5K video, which is really good. So the specs on the Air 2S are definitely extremely astonishing. Now, what can we expect from the Mavic 3? Guys, from the Mavic 3, I'm expecting even greater things than what we're going to be getting with the Air 2S. I'm expecting to see probably a micro 3/4 image sensor with interchangeable lenses, guys. That's what I'm expecting to see with the Mavic 3, and that is because the Mavic 3 is supposed to replace the Phantom lineup. So we're going to be seeing an extremely powerful drone, something different and that no one has ever seen in the drone world. So I'm at least hoping for interchangeable lenses with the Mavic 3, and that's where I think the biggest difference will be, guys. Now, one of the other differences is that the fact that the Air 2S will most likely be FPV capable. Obviously, it will not be able to do flips and rolls, but it will be probably more agile than the Mavic Air 2, and that is because of the sensor that the drone has. It has sensors at the top of the drone located at a 45-degree angle, meaning that when the drone is going to be speeding up, the drone slants forward. Therefore, the forward obstacle avoidance will not longer be useful. That's why DJI has decided to implement those sensors at a 45-degree angle so that it can see objects when flying in FPV mode and you don't crash your drone. So that's going to be one of the biggest differences between the Mavic 3. I'm really not expecting to see FPV capabilities with the Mavic 3. Now, I'm expecting to see OcuSync 3.0 also with the Mavic 3, and the range between those drones will practically be the same. With the Air 2S, we're going to be getting 12 kilometers, which is right around 7.5 to 8 miles of range with the Air 2S, guys. So definitely the biggest differences are not that big for the normal consumer. Now, the question you all have, but before we get into that, we need to talk about pricing. And that's one of the biggest key factors here, guys, and that is that the DJI Air 2S will come at a price of $1,300 for the Fly More combo and around $1,000 for the standalone version. Now, what will the price for the Mavic 3 be? Unfortunately, we don't have it yet because the Mavic 3 is still yet to be released. Now, I can expect to see an increase in price, just like what we see with every new DJI drone that gets released. They all see an increase in price, and we saw that with the Air 2 going from an $800 price to a $1,000 for the standalone version, and from a $1,000 version for the Fly More combo to almost a $1,300 price for the Fly More combo Air 2S. So definitely do expect to see a price increase with the Mavic 3. Based on what I'm seeing on the drone market right now and the price increases that we have currently seen with DJI drones, the Mavic 3, in my opinion, will come at least, I think the minimum price we're going to be seeing will be $2,000 for the Mavic 3. That's the minimum price that I'm seeing for the Mavic 3. So there will definitely be a big price gap between those two drones, around $1,000 between those two drones, and I'm not considering the Fly More combo with the Mavic 3, and that is because the current Mavic 2s are only sold in the standalone version, and then if you want to buy the Fly More combo, that's an additional $300. So $2,000 just for the standalone version. So basically a $1,000 differences between the two. Now let's talk about release dates. So Air 2S is getting released on April the 15th. So basically in just a couple days before we actually see this new drone from DJI. Now, when will the Mavic 3 come out? Will it even come out this year? Well, it will come out this year. That has been confirmed, guys. In fact, the release date for the Mavic 3 will be sometime between Q3 and Q4 of this year. And right now, everything is pointing towards fall of 2021. So that's when the Mavic 3 is supposed to be released, and the Mavic 2 is up for a refresh, and that is because it has been in the market for over 3 years, and this is extremely rare with a DJI drone. So the Mavic 3 will definitely get a refresh this year. There's no doubt about that. Now, the question you are all here for: should you buy the DJI Air 2S or wait for the Mavic 3? So this is what I will do. If you guys currently do not have a drone and you're looking to get a brand new drone from DJI, something that has the specs that you want, you're looking for that 1-inch sensor camera, you're looking for those FPV capabilities, and you're just wanting to get the best of the best and the best bang for your buck, I think that there's no doubt that you should go for the Air 2S. I think that's going to be definitely the best option, so you get to enjoy your drone basically as of right now. Now, if you currently have, let's say, a Mavic Air 2 or a Mini 2 or a Mavic 2 Pro or a Mavic 2 Zoom, and you really don't care about waiting 6 more months, and you just want to get that Mavic 3, which is going to just give you the best of the best camera qualities and those extra specs such as those lateral sensors and a little bit more flight time, I think then you should go ahead and just wait a couple more months if you don't mind, and wait for the Mavic 3 to be released. Now, if money is not an issue, well, I will get the Air 2S, and 2 months or a month before the Mavic 3 gets released, I will just sell the Air 2S and just get ready to buy the Mavic 3 once it's released. But those are my thoughts, guys, on what I will do with the DJI Air 2S, guys. So I hope that video helped you a little bit on taking the decision. So that's gonna wrap up today's video, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Drone Emotion signing out.